we often play some clips of our vice president because we're still trying to find one where she is coherent. And she was making speeches again this week, and you'd think that she would be scripted. Most of the time, a president and a vice president has a scripted speech and they're reading from a teleprompter. I would say this, one of two things. Either she didn't have a scripted speech with the teleprompter, or the teleprompter operator was roaring drunk and somehow lost the whole text and she had to wing it. I guess it's possible that she had someone on her staff draft this, and if so, they may just be the dumbest person in the history of speech writing. But I want you to see, this is the person who is one heartbeat away from the White House. Watch.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
4 times.
What did she say?
4 times.
The passage of time. But what did she say?
Nothing.
So, I mean, I want to make sure that I'm not being unfair.
Right.
So I'm not trying to bait you, but I'm asking.
No.
Did she say anything that made any sense at all?
Absolutely nothing.
I didn't think so. I listened. I've watched this clip several times preparing for this live stream, and I'm thinking, was there a context here? Was there something that she was trying to get? The passage of time. The only thing I can think of was that all of us who sat through that have lost a passage of time in our lives that we can never get back, and we are none the better for it. Okay, it's not the only one she's had. We also talk about what we have achieved, what we can be. Here's, again, your vice president with a real insight.
You know, there's so much of what we have achieved together on many levels, but with this bipartisan infrastructure law, that is based on our collective ability to see what is possible, to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, to reject the notion that the way things have always been has to be the way things will continue to be. That's the work we are doing together.
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I'm so happy right now.
I'm so glad they've...
I am so happy. Thank you to the control room crew.
I know.
Put that together really quick.
They threw that on us. We were laughing about it before, and I said, it reminds me of that scene from Billy Madison, and the control room went and found it and put it up. It's
good job,
great.
guys.
So I guess we should say Vice President Billy Madison is what we have.
Wow.
It honestly is a very apt parallel between what she said. And it was another clip. I listened to it several times and said, what is she trying to say? The one thing I notice about her, she says the most ridiculous, nonsensical things, but she says it as if it's so serious and so important that she wants us to hang on every word. And I'm thinking, I've heard rap music by people who are high on meth that made more sense than what she says when she goes to a podium.
Maybe give her a point for confidence.
I don't give her any points. I'm like the dude in Billy Madison. I give you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. That's about as harsh as I'm going to get, but I'm sorry, folks. I watch this stuff and I'm thinking, how did she get elected? How did she get selected and then elected for the second highest office in the land? You know, we have people that maybe are not as articulate as others, but somebody would at least write them a good speech, and even if they deliver it in not the most dynamic manner, they can at least get through the words. For God's sake, Kamala, hire a speechwriter, read the script, and don't do that to us anymore. Because otherwise, you're going to keep seeing the Billy Madison clip, at least here on this live stream. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.